He's got a jealous attitude. He's mad because God is merciful. He's upset because God would raise up somebody he knew something about. Oh, he doesn't have filthy flesh, but maybe you don't know anybody like that. I'm sorry, but there are some people who got a filthy spirit.
This is the Potter's Touch.
Hello, I am Sarah Jakes, and you are watching The Potter's Touch. Today we have a T.D. Jakes classic, or as I like to call it, a throwback. This message is for anyone who is facing a silent frustration. Sometimes you never know what someone is facing on the inside. Whether it's you or someone you know, this message is going to encourage you. Take a look at this.
We need to get back to getting in the Word of God and feeding ourselves and let the pastor come along and confirm the truth that you have been studying. The Word is so much richer when it's confirmation down in your soul. And I think it's dangerous just to allow every revelation to come from the pulpit without some being birthed in your own spirit. When Jesus begins to minister in this particular instance, he ministers a parable, not just a Bible story, not just a Sunday school lesson, not just a class for those who would like to be enriched with some concept or philosophy or theological dissertation. But he speaks to us that we might be able to extract from the story principles for godly living. Principles. It's not enough to have the storyline and the continuity of the text if you cannot draw from the knowledge of the text the wisdom of the text. It is actually the wisdom of the text that becomes applicable for your own life. Without the wisdom, you are just full of information, but you have no revelation to apply the information that you have collected. And so when he speaks to us about a certain man that had two sons. In the 11th verse, he says, and a certain man had two sons. Is that right? I believe that's what he says. He says, a certain man had two sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portions of goods that falleth to me. Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. So he divided unto them his living. One of them asked for it, but both of them got it. That's interesting all by itself. Our problem is we become so preoccupied with the flaws and the failures and the fallacies of the younger son that we fail to appreciate the struggles of the elder son. It is indicative of a spiritual disease that is eating up the mentality of the church, because we are so involved in dealing with obvious sins that we never start dealing with the inobvious abstract sins. And whereas we are being perfected in regards to habits and things that we used to do, we aren't doing anymore, there are still a whole generation of sins that are clustered in the crevices of our hearts that go unchecked because nobody deals with sins of the Spirit. But in 2 Corinthians 7:1, it tells us, in fact, it challenges us, saying, having therefore these precious promises. No doubt about it, we do have them. It is given to us by grace. It does not withhold the promise on the basis of our integrity or our spiritual development. The promise has already been allocated. Having therefore these precious promises, let us cleanse ourselves from the filthiness of the flesh and the spirit. In other words, he's saying, since God is going to give you so much, and he has already told you what he's going to do in your life, then the least you could do is to prepare your heart and your life so that you are ready to receive what God has for you. Look at someone and tell them, God has something for me. You have to know that. You just have to know that. You have to walk in that. You have to drive to work telling yourself, where I am isn't as important as where I'm going. Because if you don't keep that burning brightly in your life, you will become distracted by the noise and the cumbersome winds and distractions of adversities. Traumas and enemies will cause you to look to this way and that, and you will spend all of your energy trying to deal with something that you're going to pass through anyway. My motto is, if you can't fix it, outlive it. If you just keep on living, it's going to fall off of you after a while. You don't even have to fix everything. Just keep living. Just keep living. Just keep. It comes from understanding that you have a promise. And you begin to cleanse not only the filthiness of the flesh, but the filthiness of your spirit, stinking thinking, negative attitudes, mentalities that are hindering you from reaching your zenith in the spirit. Every weight, not just the sin, but every weight that does so easily besets you. Procrastination and low self-esteem, pity parties and mood swings, and everything that's hindering you from walking into the full vesture of what God has. God has something for you. He brought you here tonight to tantalize you, to draw you, to pull you in, to awaken you to the reality that many of the things that you are worrying about are not even important, because God is about to explode in your life. He's about to go off in your life. He's about to detonate in your life. He's about to set your life on fire, and you're worried about something that don't even matter. Tell somebody, say it don't even matter. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. What are you upset about? Who are you mad at? Why are you walking around upset? This young man was after control. He said, I know I've got it, I'm exposed to it, but I want control of it. Put it up under my power. Give me my portion so I can do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. He was thirsty to get control of his life. He thought he knew better than his father what ought to be done. He said, give it to me so I can spend it the way I want to spend it without having accountability and having to live up under your rules, and give it to me so I can go and do my own thing when I want to do it, because I have more respect for my opinion than I do your opinion, and I want to do it my way. I'm a Burger King baby. I want to have it my way. That was the problem with this boy. Yes. But I came to defend him. I'm tired of people talking about him. Now I know it doesn't look good on him, but the church always has a habit to pick on people who have filthiness of the flesh. Yeah. Anytime it's a problem that we can see, because we love things that we can readily see with our eye, we don't have any trouble talking about somebody who's got a weakness in an area we can see. And I know I'm not excusing him. I'm not trying to excuse him. I'm not trying to get him apart. And I recognize that he had some problems. He did. He got a hold to the wealth and he couldn't handle it. He spent it. He spent all of his stuff. He spent all of his substance, which I believe is more than money. He spent his integrity and his self-esteem and his affluence. He spent his poise. He spent his dignity. He spent his masculinity. He spent his integrity. He spent the stuff that makes you walk with your head up and your back straight. He spent his stuff. He was just going to a basement. He was going down to nothing. He was being reduced down to his lowest common denominator. And I know that he did all of that, and I understand that when he had spent all, there arose a famine in the land. But that wasn't anything but conditions picking on him, because the enemy knows that he cannot send a famine when you got food. He waits till you're broke, busted, and disgusted. And when you're at your low moment, that's when he starts showing off. That's when your kids start acting crazy. That's when you get the layoff notice. That's when your family starts acting silly, when you're at a low moment. Because the devil knows that as long as you're in the house, he can't do nothing to you. He can't do nothing with you as long as you're praising God and blessing God and lifting him up. He can't do nothing with you as long as you're clapping your hands and rejoicing. He waits till you're broke, busted, and disgusted, tired and defeated, and at the end of your road. And when you spend all, he attacks you, he attacks you, he attacks you. Oh, but touch three people and tell them, stay in the house. Stay in the house. All you got to do is stay in the house. Stay in the house. You might not feel good, but stay in the house. You might be lonely, but stay in the house. May not have no husband, but stay in the house. May not even have a boyfriend, but stay. Stay. He attached himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him in the field to feed swine. I understand that, and I am embarrassed about that, and I apologize for that, and he shouldn't have done it. But I liked him. I came to defend him. I came to defend him because he is a man of action. The same thing that made him very bad also makes him very good. He was a man of action. He was not the kind of man who sat back and looked at what he wanted and didn't go after it. Whether it was good or bad, if he wanted it, he went after it. That's why, rather than to keep trying to recycle some of these old church folks, I'd rather get some old rot gut sinner that we pulled up out of the sewer. Because when they get saved, they go after God with a passion. While you sitting up fixing your hat and doing your nails and trying to look cute for the camera, they'll lay prostrate in the floor and start crying in the Holy Ghost because they're so glad to be in the number. They just as high on Jesus as they was on crack. They're just so glad that God brought them out. They don't care who's looking at them. They didn't care who was looking at them when they was drunk. And surely to God, they don't care who's looking at them now. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise, his praise. Look at somebody and say, I don't care what you think.
Still to come on The Potter's Touch.
They don't care who sits on the right side or who sits on the left side. They're just glad to be a child. You ain't seen nobody dance till you see somebody dance who knows they should have been dead and gone. Could have lost their mind. Could have been strung out on AIDS. Could have OD'd in the street. Could have died in the car wreck. Could have been in jail. But God, who is rich in mercy, look beyond.
You have no idea what I've been through.
I can't take this anymore.
Tell frustration you've had enough.
Are you speaking to the people instead of speaking to the rock? Are you carrying your frustration to the people you love when you ought to be speaking to the rock and feeding the people you love? I thought I would be further than this. By now, I thought I would have my life together. Frustration comes through what you thought. No more bruisings are necessary. It's in the Word. The water you need is in the Word. The thirst you have is in the Word. The healing is in the Word. You don't have to go through changes. You don't have to go through crucifixion. You don't have to bleed for it. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to sweat for it. All you got to do is hear the Word.
Healing starts today. Order enough when you visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP-2.
When he got in the mud, he thought himself out. He didn't wait on anybody to evangelize him out. He didn't wait on anybody to pray him out. He didn't wait on anybody to throw their coat on him or blow in his ear, pat him on the head with some more. But he started thinking down in himself and said, wait a minute, I'm better than this. Oh, you don't need nobody to loose you, baby. You can loose yourself. I dare you to get in your mind, I'm better than this. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm getting out of here. This mealy-mouthed, weak-lipped, indecisive, procrastinating, self-righteous, hypocritical brother. Oh, I know he doesn't have any filthiness of the flesh. But he's got a filthy spirit. Oh, I'm coming after him tonight. A filthy spirit. There he is sitting in the house, wanting everything that the other brother did, but wouldn't make a move. The Bible said the younger brother went to his father and asked him for the portion of goods that fell to him. And the father divided unto them his living. Now this elder brother has something that he hasn't asked for. A problem with him. He's nice and he's neat and he's all dressed up and his hair is combed and he understands church protocol and church order. He knows who to honor and who to recognize. He knows who the top 10 preachers are. He knows who's on the top 10 of the gospel chart. He knows everything about social services. He knows everything about church service. He knows everything about everything. But my problem with him, he's too quiet. He's just a little too quiet. He's a dreamer, but he's not a mover. He's a wannabe, but he doesn't know how to make it happen. He wishes he could, but he doesn't. And he walks through life silent. Silent. Going through the motions. He didn't leave when the younger brother left. He stayed at home. He's been in the church a long time. It's just that he doesn't do anything while he's there. No accomplishment, no results. Going through the motions, working in the house, form of godliness, no power, no power. He doesn't even speak. Through the bulk of the story, he doesn't have enough faith to ask for his goods or enough grace to say thank you when he gets them. He's numb. He's placid. He's weak. He's mundane. And he doesn't say anything until his brother gets blessed again. He can't stand to see his brother blessed. He's got a filthy spirit. He's got a jealous attitude.
He's mad because God is merciful. He's upset because God would raise up somebody he knew something about. Oh, he doesn't have filthy flesh, but maybe you don't know anybody like that. I'm sorry, but there are some people who got a filthy spirit. And the moment you start to get blessed, now they got a problem. The prodigal son comes home, gets his ring, gets his robe, gets his calf, and throws a party. Ain't no kind of party like the party that goes on in somebody's life who knows they had no right to be blessed. They know they don't deserve to be blessed. They're not sitting back trying to argue over who's going to be the president of the willing to work and the willing to get up out of bed and the willing to go on committee. They just glad to be saved. They don't care who sits on the right side or who sits on the left side. They're just glad to be a child. You ain't seen nobody dance till you see somebody dance who knows they should have been dead and gone, could have lost their mind, could have been strung out on AIDS, could have OD'd in the street, could have died in the car wreck, could have been in jail. But God, who is rich in mercy, look beyond. Touch your neighbor, tell him he's talking about me now. He's talking about me, he's talking about me. Glad to be in the number. Glad that I'm in church. Glad I'm not looking for the dope man tonight. Glad I'm not cruising down the street. Glad I'm not in the emergency room. I'm just glad. Touch your neighbor behind you and tell me, excuse me, but I'm throwing a party. I'm throwing a party tonight. My row is having a party. Come on over to my house. Come over to my house. But when the elder brother heard the sound of the party, he's not glad. Have you ever got blessed and couldn't find anybody that was glad for you? Have you ever, maybe it's not you, but have you ever got a blessing or got a miracle and wanted to pick up the phone and tell somebody, but you thought, you know, when you can't find nobody that's glad for you, nobody that's going to celebrate you, don't cancel the party because you ain't got no attendant. Throw your own party. Bake your own cake. Light you up some candles. Put your head on and blow your whistle. And say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will return. Look at your neighbor and tell him I'm having the party anyway. Yeah. I invited some folks and they didn't come, but I'm having the party anyway. I see you rolling your eyes, baby, but I'm having the party anyway. I know you've been talking about me, girl, but I'm having the party anyway. Raising my children by myself, but I'm going to have this party anyway. Oh, yes, I am, devil. I've been through too much. I ain't canceling no party. I cried for this party. I prayed for this party. I crawled like nothing but walk away.
We're coming right back right after this.
You have no idea what I've been through.
I can't take this anymore.
Tell frustration you've had enough.
Are you speaking to the people instead of speaking to the rock? Are you carrying your frustration to the people you love when you ought to be speaking to the rock and feeding the people you love? I thought I would be further than this. By now, I thought I would have my life together. Frustration comes through what you thought. No more bruisings are necessary. It's in the Word. The water you need is in the Word. The thirst you have is in the Word. The healing is in the Word. You don't have to go through changes. You don't have to go through crucifixion. You don't have to bleed for it. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to sweat for it. All you got to do is hear the Word.
Healing starts today. Order enough when you visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP-2.
The prayer that you're trying to articulate, he already understands. The condition that you can't find the words to describe, God already knows.
For helping us reach others with your gift of any size, you will receive Stuck at a Crossroads on CD. Just visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP-2 to get yours.
I don't want religion, I want relationship. I want connection. I want to be hooked up with the one who died for me. I want the power of God to break loose.
And when your gift is $70 or more, we will give you all 3 life-altering messages from Crossroads, Your Path to Resurrection, Power, and Life on DVD.
You can put me out of the building, but you can't put me out of the kingdom. Jesus paid it all.
However, when your gift is $170 or more, we will add this unique amplified topical reference Bible to the Crossroads DVD and the Blessing of Grace promise cards.
I lifted up and I looked down. Mom was in one room, you were in another room yelling at God.
I think that it is the brevity of life itself that makes every second so important. And I think that Heaven is for Real not only reminds us about heaven, but it reminds us about earth as well. That whatever you want to say to someone, you should say it now. And when you love someone, you should love them now. Because so many times we bury inside of ourselves things we would like to say, thinking we'll have another day. And I have learned from personal experience that tomorrow is not promised to you.
We need to get him in surgery right away.
The pain that I suffered watching my son that close to death.
We're in trouble here. He's much worse. Will you call some friends and pray for him?
The hospital staff said that your son was not expected to survive. Used the word miracle.
Your son had a near-death experience.
He saw things that I can't really explain.
If you're anything like me, that message has refueled your spirit. Thank you, God, so much for giving us an opportunity to clear our vision. Now help us to take hold of the purpose that you have for our lives. If it wasn't for Bishop's Circle and Aaron's Army, we would not have been able to deliver this message to you today. Thank you so much for your continued support of the ministry. Because of you, millions of people are finding the will of God in their lives. We couldn't have done it without you. I hope you'll join us here next time on The Potter's Touch.